Hello. Well, this is my first video blog ever. I'm a little nervous. You could see my hands are glistening from the sweat. But I'm doing a response to a vlog that a girl did about texting and relationships. And I think her point of her vlog was that, in this day, men don't seem to be as responsive as women want them to be or think they should be. But in fact, I truly think that men are definitely more responsive than they ever have been in thousands of years, and this is due to new forms of media, such as texting. And just think back, when during Ben Franklin, when he sent his wife a letter, she wouldn't receive it for months at a time, and when she did receive it, she would probably reread the letter and save every letter he sent. Whereas maybe once he received a letter from her, probably just read it once and threw it in a drawer or threw it away. Kind of reminds me of a Seinfeld episode, because I'm a huge Seinfeld fan. I think everything can be related back to a Seinfeld episode. Anyways, about where Jared gets a card, a thank you card when he does a PBS drive for his girlfriend. He decides that 3 days is max to save a letter. So when she comes over and sees the letter, the card in the trash, she becomes a bit upset that he didn't save the card. But anyways, back to the media part. Texting in these days is a form of communication where you just have to know that men and women communicate differently. Bottom line. Women seem to want to communicate in more detail and want to know about, their significant other, their date in detail, where men are more general, just a basic, I think one girl was saying that, she'll text her boyfriend, how was his day, and his response would be good. And that, you just really have to understand that, women should not read too deeply into what men are trying to say. You can't misinterpret it, especially with a form of media such as texting, where you have no visual response to, you can't see what they're saying through their eyes or even through the tone of their voice. You just get a response in letters. Texting is just one way, for me to express how I feel for my boyfriend, throughout the day. I'll just send him a little text saying, I love you, I'm thinking of you, and that's that. I don't need to have a response back. Just, it's something for me to let him know I'm thinking about him, and it's a nice thing. And I love when, I get a little response back, or just out of the blue, and it just makes you feel good. When that vibration goes off on my phone, just like, hey, who's texting? And, and I see some nice little note from a boyfriend, it makes you feel good. I think texting also has been a new form, or a great form for me to stay in touch with a lot of my friends. I rarely use the phone anymore to make phone calls. I hate talking on the phone. I can't understand anyone on the phone. I pretty much just save phone calls from my mom. I mean, I talk to her probably once, twice, 3 times a day since she's in San Diego and I'm up here in San Francisco. Otherwise, any of my friends, I just pretty much text them, but it has made me stay more in contact, because where I wouldn't pick up a phone and call them, I just send a quick text, just, hey, I'm thinking about you, hope your day's going good, and it's much simpler, because they're able to respond back, in a timely fashion, whether they're at work or in school, where you can't pick up a phone while you're in class or at work. You can sneak a little text here and there to get back. But, and I think texting has definitely helped in many situations, like within relationships. I was dating a guy from Scotland, and, it's pretty hard to understand him with his Scottish accent over the phone, so that was pointless. And then, so texting was like, help us get through, because I understood the text, but, and then unless we're face to face, could I really understand him, because I could read his lips. But texting helped save that relationship for a while. But, I think also though, like going back to Ben Franklin, where texting and phone calls, have created a sense of like less romanticism, like sense where a love letter here and there is awesome because you can write words for days, have pages of notes where a phone call where you can too, but like texting you only have a certain amount of availability to send out. So it's nice when you get a love letter, but I think modern technology and new forms of media have created a sense of made things a little bit lost, such as like love letters and stuff. Now we have email and texting and such. But women and men, like, I seriously just think that you have to stay, or just know that men aren't as detail oriented as women, and you just have to let that go and just understand that unless you're face to face with someone where you can show true emotion, you can't blame anything on a text and like get upset if a man just sends back a one-word response, because that's what they do. Not all men, but I've noticed that more, in talking with people, especially about this subject, men do tend to send just like quicker, smaller, shorter responses just to get to the point, and then they show their emotion and show and how to communicate differently in forms like woman likes to hear "I love you" several times a day just to know she's so there's no doubt in the relationship, where men just like to do one big thing, like take a woman out to dinner and treat her to a nice night out on the town. So I mean, bottom line, you just I think you have to get through the head that men and women communicate differently, and with this modern technology, it's easier. I mean, they are responding more, but you just can't misinterpret or even overinterpret, what men are saying. Just they're doing the best they can. Yeah, so I hope what I've said has helped out, or again, I'm pretty nervous for my first time doing this blog, but thanks for listening, and have a great day.